Hello everyone, welcome to Maths Bridge. For our Python automation, we will be setting up VS Code plus Python in your development environment. VS Code is also known as Visual Studio Code plus Python is needed for demonstrating all the concepts of automation using Python. Let's get started. Folks, please do visit us at our YouTube channel Maths Bridge. I think you are already subscribed to the channel. If you have not, please do subscribe the channel and then support us. Thank you and then happy learning. Here is our today's agenda. For our learning, I would be needing, set up a development environment, right? So I would be using VS Code along with Python for entire this learning path, and hence I am just reiterating VS Code is also known as a Visual Studio Code. Okay, is an integrated development environment developed by Microsoft for operating systems like Windows, Linux, Mac OS, and also web browsers. Along with it, what we would be needing is like a Python. We all know that Python is a high-level general purpose programming language. It is designed philosophy emphasizes code readability with use of significant indentation. Python is a dynamically typed. You don't require to define type depths for the variables, right? And garbage collector. It supports multiple programming paradigms like structured programming language, object-oriented programming language, functional programming, and all. Right? You can say that way. So in our Python automation, I would be using like an VS Code and Python, and hence I am going to set up VS Code plus Python in my development system, which is known as Windows environment in our case. Let's launch the web browser. In our case, I'm using Google Chrome. So I was launching Google Chrome, so I could actually surf in internet. What I would be doing here is like let me type a keyword called VS Code. Okay, and then you can see VS Code download for Windows. Let's click on here. The first URL that it shows up as Visual Studio Code. This is like an official website. You would be click on this link. It will take you to installer page where you can have different options for download Visual Studio Code for your system. So in our cases, like I'm using like in Windows, and hence I would be downloading Windows installer, right? Let's click here on Windows. It automatically picks up. Thanks for downloading VS Code. You can see it, and also you see that progress that is downloading. Once it get downloaded, yes, you see VS Code user setup exe got downloaded into my download folder, and then it looks like size is 98.6 MB. Alright, that sounds good. So what I would be doing now, I will click this. I will let me open my download folder. Great. So here is the VS Code. Let me click this, double click on my exe. Okay, so let's accept it. It shows up like setup pop-up window. You accept the agreement and then move on to next. Okay, it gives me like a path where the VS Code getting installed. Okay, click on next, click on next. Right, you can use start menu folder as well. So create a desktop icon, should be okay, and add to the path. Register code is fine. Add open with code with Windows Explorer for context menu, and I think I'm fine, but let leave with these three selections by default. Okay, and then get installed. Right, you click on install. It takes a while, but it is preparing for your installation. Do you see the progress bar? It indicating us that installation is in progress. It is pretty quick one. Based out of a system configuration, I am using like Windows, the latest version. So, and then I have enough resources like a RAM and the processor speed and all. So it's a pretty quick compared to my other systems. Sounds good. Correct. So I have completed Visual Studio setup. So you could actually launch it since it is done. So click on finish. Beautiful. Do you see? That means like VS Code is ready for your system. Landing page. What I am going to do, I will put the string called Python download in Google search box. So which actually help me to actually provide all the available links. Let me put Python download. Great. So it return the result for the keyword that I'm giving, right? So what I would do is like just see like which is the relevant version. Obviously in the Google search engine, the topmost priority link would be shown as a first in the list. So that's called download python.org. So you can download Python from the official website called python.org. If you can double click this link, it takes you to the page www.python.org/downloads. So since I'm using like a Windows machine, so it is show me like all the releases that are available for Windows, releases that are to be installed in Windows in a way, right? So let me double click and then it takes me to python.org/downloads. Great. So I can go and actually look at all the the Windows versions that are available here. You could also see at the top of my page, I get a what you can call as a button showing like a download Python 3.12.7. So if you can double click this, it starts downloading the file on your local system. It's a quick one, 25.3 MB the file size, right? Which if it downloads successfully, then the download folder you can see in your download folder. Alright, let me go and actually look at the file. Alright, so I just surfed my download folder where I could see Python file which I just downloaded from internet. Great. So this is an exe, is like an executable. You can start installing it by double click on this the file. So I did that part. Now it prompts me the page. What it says me like install Python 3.12.7.64. so make sure this latest version only works on the latest Windows. If you have Windows 7 or earlier versions, maybe this may not work there. Okay, you double check one more time and then try install things that are needed for you. Okay, let me now see that options. One is a install now option, and then there is a use admin privilege when installation pyexe and add python exe to the path. Let's click these two as an option so you can avoid them manually and adding a python path in system variable. Okay, so can I do that now? Click on install. It actually asks you the permission. Do you want to allow this app to make changes in your device? Yes, absolutely, because I am trying to install Python software on my computer. So click on yes. Great. So it actually see the progress or interpreter respect to dependency executables libraries which are needed, right? Standard libraries and all what are associated with like Python, those are going to be installed as part of your installation setup of Python on your system. Okay, it takes a little while, but it's quicker than other softwares. You should be able to see it. And then you look at now, the test suite is also getting installed, and documentation also is getting installed as part of your setup progress. Great. In a few seconds I could see like setup was successful on my screen. Right now I have my Python available on my machine. Can I say that? Yes, Python for Windows is ready. Let's close this window. Alright, since we have successfully installed Python on our system, you know our development environment system, so what you can do, like can we have a quick test whether the installer working or not? That we have to make sure, right? So what you do, right, Windows search box, so go and actually use command prompt, and then type, click on this to launch the command prompt. Once we launch the Windows command prompt, so this is how I think you can also see from your screen. What you do, like you can type Python. Can I do that? Python space hyphen version. What it prompts me that whatever the version that we installed, it gonna show you. So in our cases, like we installed Python 3.12.7, which we can see here in the screen, right? So same thing I could see. That's great. Now system recognizing the installer, and then it is kind of ready for you to use the Python. Let quick do testing, because we know that Python is a interpreter. It is an interactive. All you have to do is like type keyword called Python and then enter, hit the enter button on your keyboard. That's good. So now you can see Python 3.12.7 is showing up here in verbose. You can explore all these based out of your interest, but my idea here is this version install on Windows 32. Okay, you have a keyword called type, help, copyright, credit, license for more information. What you do, right? How do you print things are in console? Okay, I do print and then put hello may this bridge. Great. All right, so let's hit the button, enter. Then it displays hello may this bridge on console. That's great. You can also do like a little math here. Let's say 2 plus 5, how much? It returns a 7, so you can see as a result as a 7. Great. Can you say like a 2 multiplied by 5 should returns 10? Great. So that means like Python successfully installed, it is functional on your system. Good to go. You should start working on let's have a quick test like how VSCode and Python together works. What I would be doing is like I created a folder called Python automation in my source MathSpace folder, and then under which I created like a demo as a folder. Okay, what I would be doing now, so let me open my VSCode. Okay, I can close this for a minute. What I would be doing is I need to open the folder, open folder. Let me open the folder. The folder that I would be needing is that MathSpace. So let me go to MathSpace Python demo, right? So great. So I have the demo folder ready. What I would be doing now, you can trust this out, go to here and then new file. You can do that. So demo.py. Alright, so let's have create a new file and then demo.py. Great. So I have this one. You could also actually change the settings. Let me show you. Go to preferences and go to settings, and then you have the font size. You can increase the font size, maybe 20, and then click OK. Right. So then you can see that font size is bigger. So what you do, like first statement, print hello world, right? Hello math is bridge. Great. So do you see here, do you want to install recommended Python extension from Microsoft for the Python language? Yes, you can do that. You can just click this. It takes care of actually installation, like VSCode extending its feature to support a Python programming compilation and generating an output to it. Alright, so the extension got installed. That should be fine. So what you do be doing, like right click here and the run Python. Okay, you can run it. Here you go. So you see this output. Okay, hello math bridge. That's good. So you now have a VS Code setup along with like a Python is ready, and then you are able to write a Python code, and then you can see the you can execute the Python file, and then you can generate an output. So that means like the development environment is ready for you. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, click on bell icon and leave the comments. Happy learning. Thank you. Stay tuned to upcoming sessions.